Hello friends, this is Chandrasekhar and this is my second video. Friends, in this video I would like to share my experience, my journey of learning this language with you. Dear friends, if I am not weak by memory, I remember that when I was in my sixth, in another word, you can say that when I was in my class 6, from that time onwards, I have a very burning desire in my heart, and from that time onwards, I wanted to be a good speaker of this language, and that is why I always have a good attraction towards this language, and each and every day I have a very good interest in English language. I have remembered so many words, I have remembered so many phrases. I have already studied all the rule and regulation of grammars. I have already studied about some special kind of structures which has made by some experts of English grammar. On the basis of that structure, I have framed more than thousands of sentences. After framing that kind of sentences, I have read out more than 2 times, 3 times that particular sentences which has been made by me. And in this way, I had started my journey to improve this language. Time was passing, and gradually I passed my 10th, and thereafter I got admission in a college for my intermediate of science. As I was the student of English medium, so I have studied with each and every subject in English medium, and so it will be very easy for me that I will have a very good kind of vocabulary, you can say. But always I have in my mind that at anyhow I wanted to speak more and more in this particular language. After finishing my 12th from science background, I got admission in Patna University for BCom honors. From there, I have taken my BCom honors degree. You can say, in another word, I have graduated from Patna University with a degree of BCom honors, and thereafter I moved from Patna to Delhi for the purpose of pursuing a course of charter accountancy. It was 2001. I came to Delhi and got a rented accommodation in Lakshmi Nagar. and that was a D64 Lakshmi Nagar. That was my rented accommodation, and I had started taking coaching for the purpose of charter accountancy course. I got admission in Institute of Systematic Studies, which was run by a very renowned charter accountant named by Parveen Sharma. Even today, he is also a very renowned teacher of accountancy in Delhi NCR. From there, I have taken the classes for accounts, auditing, corporate law, information technology, cost and financial management, and income tax. And I have participated in chart accountancy examination. Time was passing, and after participating in that examination 2 times, I got success in one group, and thereafter we came from Patna to Delhi, and there were more than 10 friends in our group, and out of 10, after participating the chartered accountancy examination 2 times, most of them have joined a private sector, and so I had also joined a charter firm in Paschim Bihar. That was a Sanjeev Yogesh and Associates, and I had joined that chartered accountancy firm. I had joined that chartered accountant firm in 2002. I worked there more than 3 years, and thereafter I had started giving interview in a companies. Every Sunday I had purchased a Times of India newspaper, and after reading the classified page for new vacancies, from there I picked some of the email addresses, some of the telephone numbers, and after that I made a call to that numbers and taken the address of that particular company where I had to go to interview, and in this way I got a job in a Shalimar Bagh. There was a company which was making medical equipments. I joined that company and started working in accounts department. That was 2002, and now 2022. I having more than 20 years of healthy experience in accounts and finance field, and during this 20 year of experience, what I have learned from these 20 years, just I am going to share with you. Dear friends, in a private sector, whenever and wherever you are going to give an interview, think what will be the situation of that interview. Just I am going to share with you. On an interview table, there will be more than 3 or 4 people will be there. If that is less number of interviewer, then at least two people will be there, and both of them both of them start to speak so many kind of question to you, and you will be alone there to give a answer to each and every question in a very polite manner, in a such an impressive way, so that you will be selected there, because there will be the one post, and there will be more than 20 to 25 candidates will be there. So the competition is high, and if you want to get selected in that particular interview, it will be better for you to just try to answer each and every question in such a manner, so that the interviewer will impress with you and they select you for that particular opportunity, that particular post. And how does it possible, friends? Although you will have a very good idea about your work profile, because you have already worked on that particular profile for 2 years, 3 years, so you will have experience on that work profile, but you don't have a very good communication skill. Even if you are unable to speak 2-3 lines in this language, you will be assumed there that the candidate is not suitable for this post, because today in all the offices we have a same working language, and that is English. So English everywhere, whether you are going to take a account statement, you have to write a application to branch manager of the bank. So at anyhow you will have to develop your English, and you will have to develop it by the side of a writing skill, by the side of a speaking skill, and by the side of the ability to understand this language in a good way. And how does it will be possible? It will be possible only in the situation where you will have a keen, you will have a eagerness in your heart and mind, that at anyhow I will have to develop my English, so that I can make my better career in a private sector. And in this 20 year of experience, what I have got, my friends, and when after working of 3 years in a chart accountant firm, when I started to giving interview in a company, and just after giving 1 or 2 interview, I got an idea that without English it's very difficult to make my career in a private sector. And earlier it was my burning desire to be a good speaker in this very language. Now that desire becomes a promise to myself, and thereafter I have taken an oath that at anyhow whatever will be the condition, whatever will be the situation and whatever kind of labor I will have to sacrifice towards getting better fluency in this very language, I am ready to do. But at anyhow, I will have a very good hand on this particular language, even in writing, even in speaking, and even will be a very good ability to understand this particular language. Thereafter, I can make my career bright in a private sector. Otherwise, I will have a lot of problem in future. And here, as I was the regular reader of Times of India, when I passed my intermediate of science in 1998, from that time onwards, I am a regular reader of Times of India. So, whatever the words I have read from my childhood, whatever the words I have remembered from my childhood, whatever the rule and regulation that I have learned in the books of grammar, what if the story I have read out in our books of English from the very beginning when I was 6 to till the date, with the help of that kind of vocabulary, with the help of that kind of knowledge, I had just start putting some words, some small sentences in my conversation, and I had continued this practice up to 2 months. Once I have decided that whether I am going to purchase a vegetables, but I will try to speak some words in English, and that kind of activity is repeated by me in so many times, and gradually after passing of 2 or 3 months, I knew that now nobody can stop me to learn this very language. And each and every day now, whenever I would got a situation to speak, I never missed a chance to speak. Every day I was trying to speak more and more. I was trying to speak, putting more and more words and sentences of English, and that's why today I am able to communicate whatever I want to communicate with anybody. I don't have even problem to talk with foreigner. I don't have even problem to talk with my teachers, doctors, engineers, lawyers, and whatever kind of idea is coming in my mind, I am very much frequent to express that ideas before hundred of peoples, before lakhs of peoples. Even I don't have a problem to share my ideas, views, perspectives, statement with a lakhs and thousands of people, because I have practiced too much, and this is only the practice by which you can get your fluency. Otherwise, there is no any kind of tablet is existing in the world. Through chewing that tablet, you can get the better fluency in this very language. My dear friends, there is no any alternative, and there is no any kind of shortcut is prevailing. With the help of that, one can get the better fluency in this particular language. That is why I'm telling you that if you want to be a good speaker, if you want to be a good motivational speaker, if you want to make your career bright and bright, for that you must have a very good communication skill, and that you will get only by making your practice more and more in this particular language. So, my dear friends, this was my journey that I was sharing with you, and now, on the basis of this experience, I would like to tell you that if you want to be a good speaker, if you want to be a motivational speaker in this very language, if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to make a better career in a private sector as a accountant, as a general manager, as a president of sales and marketing, as a vice president of sales and marketing, as a general manager of the company, you will have a very good communication skill. You will have a impressive communication skill when you are going to start speaking in this very language. And if the person who is before you, once they are not going to disturb you at a stress, they will be ready to listen you. And once it will be possible that the person who is sitting before you, they are interested in your speech, they are interested in your narration, they will be surely impressed with you. And once you will be able to impress the people who is sitting before you, you will get a better business in a market. So my dear friends, this is my best suggestion for you, that start speaking more and more in this language. And just whenever you will get a chance, if you have friends, just try to speak something, whatever the idea you have in your mind, whatever the idea, whatever the story you have read in the books, whatever the videos you have listened, you have seen, whatever the movies you have seen recently, just start speaking about that. If you have a thought in your mind, I will have to speak and think in this language, automatically it will be happen. Because you know that if you have a eagerness, if you have a hungerness, if you are hungry to eat something, what a kind of eagerness will come to your heart, you can experience with that kind of eagerness, that kind of hungriness. And if the same kind of hungriness with you to learn this language, it will be very easy to learn, my dear friends. That's why I'm telling you that don't hesitate. Even nobody has a good speaker today, when nobody has a good motivational speaker today, when they have started to speak in this language, they haven't committed a mistake. It's not possible. Each and everyone have committed so many kind of mistakes. Even I am speaking with you, I may commit some mistakes at the time of speaking, but it doesn't mean that once, if I am not going to commit any kind of mistakes, then won't have a opportunity to make it correct. So once you are going to commit any kind of mistakes at the time of speaking, in the another fraction of seconds, you will have an idea that I have committed such a kind of mistakes, how we will correct it. And gradually this kind of experience will come to you when you start speaking more and more in this language. Gradually you will feel that what kind of mistakes have been committed by me, and all the error and mistakes will be identified by you easily. And once you will be able to identify that kind of error and mistakes, you will have automatically develop a idea that in next chance I'm not going to make such a kind of mistakes. So don't think about that kind of mistakes and error, only think about to speak more and more. Just try to share your ideas and views more and more in this language. Just try to write something whenever you'll got a chance to draft a mail, whenever you have a chance to write some letter and applications, whenever you'll have a chance to write something on any particular topic, just try to write in this language. Whenever you'll have an idea to speak, whenever you'll have a microphone on your stage, don't try to lose that chance. Just grab that opportunity and try to speak more and more in this language. And whenever as you have heard that necessity is the mother of invention, my dear friend, when you are going to speak, automatically there will be a need, there will be a requirement of vocabulary, and you are going to just put a pressure on your mind to search out the required vocabulary. And you have a lot of vocabulary in your mind, but when, because today if you are not going to speak more and more in this language, that vocabulary is forgotten by you. Once you will start to speak more and more in this language, automatically that word will come from your mind to tongue. And once that word is on your tongue, it will not take fraction of second to automatically come out from your mouth. It's happened, dear. This is my experience, what I have learned in the journey of getting my fluency in this language. And on the basis of that kind of experience I am sharing with you, that it's automatically happen. And whatever the possible vocabulary you have, only with the help of that possible vocabulary, it will be very easy to express your statement before anyone. So don't think that we don't have a much more vocabulary, we don't have a lot of idea about the rule and regulation of grammar. Even I have not read out so many books in English language. It's not a matter. You just try to listen more than 2-3 videos each and every day, and just keep a kind steps towards the English. I mean to say that whenever there is a English, don't ignore that. Just try to grab that. Try to read out that. Even you are going to understand 100% or not, you are just going to understand 40%. That's enough. If you will continue this practice, just after finishing of 20 days, you will be able to understand more than 80%. Again, if you are going to continue this practice after 90 days or more than 100 days, you will be able to understand 99%, and then your goal is achieved by you. Now you are able to understand 100%. It means that whatever the video you are going to listen, you will understand 100%. And once the things you are going to understand 100%, it will be very easy to communicate with someone. Now start communicating. Make a healthy conversation with your friends. Make a healthy argument with your colleagues. Make a healthy argument with family member. And whatever the conversation is going on, just try to participate actively in that. Most of the time when you are going to book your order for anything, whether that is a ticket for railway or flats, whether you are going to book an order for your pizza, just try to communicate in English. Whenever you are going to call with any telecallers, start speaking in English. Whenever if someone is calling to you, and that people have adopted the English language, you don't try to educate, you don't start to speak there in Hindi, you also try to reply in English. And in this way, just after finishing of 2 3 months, you will have a lot of idea to express whatever kind of thoughts in your mind. It will be very easy for you to express. Sometime if you have a children in your family, just try to make some artificial story, make that children listen that small story, interesting story. And that storytelling will give you a very good experience to learn this language. Because in a story, what happens, whatever the sentence you are going to express, that was the sentence of past, and now you are going to express that in present time. So you will have a very good idea how to tell the story to the childrens or to someone. And in this way, you will be a good storyteller also. Suppose you are going to tell the story, and if you are going to make the children listen more than 100 of stories, thereafter you will be a good storyteller. And now it will be very easy to speak anything. So dear friends, my first and foremost suggestion and my honest suggestion to you, that anyhow just try to speak more and more in this language, and it will be useful and fruitful for you. And I think that there will not be any problem once you have a desire in your heart. If you wanted to express something in this language, it's not possible that you will not be able to express. You will be able to express. So, and there are so many ways today, that it's not possible that one can learn one want to learn something, and it's not possible for them to learn. It's not possible because today there are so many kind of platform is existing in our world. Think about YouTube. There are so many kind of videos, and if you are going to listen 2 3 videos in each and every days, just after 20 days you will have a very good idea about that. You can understand that now, after listening of 20's video, you will feel that yeah, I can speak like that. Yeah, but when you are going to make a practice, uh, usually some problem will come before you, my dear friend. Whenever you are going to start any work, some problem will come before you, but once we'll be able to sort out that problem, then we'll be the winner of that. So don't think about the problem, you think only about to speak more and more in this language, and it will be possible. uh, it will be very easy for you, because you all have a very good idea. And whatever the idea you have, just try to share that idea with someone. Search some of the friends. Suppose I'm telling you, there was a situation when I was started to learn this language, that I had made more than 10 friends. And during that period, I had remembered, during that period, even I was not going to another friends which was not able to make a conversation in this language. Only I had that 10 friends, and if I was going to someone, I was going to only those 10 friends to make a healthy conversation with them, to make a healthy argument on any particular topic. If there will be any topic, I had started to make a healthy argument on that. I had arranged so many kind of group discussion there for the purpose of developing this language. So you can do the same thing. If you have more than 4 or 5 friends, just try to motivate them to be a good speaker in this particular language, and sometime you go to him and try to arrange make a conversation. Just arrange some tea party, and put some topic on that tea party, and just gather all those friends to that tea party, and start making group discussion on that particular topic, and just try to speak more than 2 hours 3 hours on that particular topic. Sometimes you will have to listen your friends, sometimes your friends is going to listen you, sometimes it will be happen that another friends of you are going to give a very kind of positive and assertive points related to that particular topic. And this will also develop your listening capability, because you know that each and everybody has some special kind of knowledge and experience. When they are going to share something, just try to listen carefully. It will be a good thing if you want to be a good speaker. In the same way, you will have to be a good listener also. A good listener can convert themselves in a good speaker. So always remember this thing, always keep this thing in your mind, that I will have to be a good listeners also. Unless or until you will not be a good listeners, it's not possible that you will be a good speaker. So first of all, try to be a good and honest listener. Whenever you are going to listen anything, just try to listen carefully. You just put attention towards the framing of sentences. Just try to give a special kind of attention towards the words. Thereafter you will have to also focus on the pronunciation of that particular words. And in this way, if you are going to listen honestly, it will also develop your English within a smallest period of time. So this is my experience that I have shared with you. Now it's depend upon you how you are going to listen this video, and how you are going to turn this speech uh, to useful and fruitful for you people. It's depend upon you friends, because you know that whether I am going to make you understand each and everything with the help of my videos, but it's totally depend upon you ki how honestly you are going to make your efforts to learn this language, to get a better fluency in this language. It's totally depend upon you. So my best suggestion is that whatever you are going to listen carefully and honestly, whatever you are going to speak in a good manner. Use some small sentences, small words, make easy sentences. It's not an important thing when you are going to speak. Just put some difficult words so that the person who is hearing you, they are unable to understand. It's not a meaning of language. The meaning of language is this: once you are going to finish your line, once you are going to finish your sentence, the person who is before you, they will be easily understand you. Then the meaning of language will be finished there. Otherwise, it's not a it's not a things that you are going to speak, but the person who is before you, but the audience is unable to understand you. In that situation, there is no meaning of that particular language. Language always says that if you are going to express anything in that particular language, that will be easily understand by the peoples, easily understand by the audience, easily understand by the peoples who is sitting with you or before you. So always think about that. It's not a good thing that you are going to frame a sentence and that sentence will carry a lot of words which is uh, tough to understand for a common people, tough to understand for a common audience. Then there is no meaning of language. So always remember thing, always keep this kind of thing in your mind. Ki whatever I am going to speak, that should be understandable, that should be in such a manner so that most of the people are easily understand. So dear friends, I have given you so many advices, suggestions, and I hope that this suggestion will work for you. You will be benefited from these advices and suggestions, and I hope that you will implement all the suggestions which have been given by me in through these videos. So okay, my dear friends, okay, bye bye.